Okay, so sneaking this one in late, we've got just arrived at my door. The Marvel Legends VHS Animated Wolverine. And I have really been waiting on this figure because, yeah, no, don't have a yellow Wolverine in my collection. This seemed like the perfect opportunity to get him. And, of course, there you see the plastic-free packaging. Good for the environment, the little green symbol down there. And, thinking about it, with a internet exclusive like this, it's not so big a deal. You're never going to get the chance to look at it before you open it. Although I have heard some reports that Targets are getting these, which I'm really confused about. But anyway, let's crack this baby open and see what we got inside. Son of a bitch. Alright, I'm just kidding. Yes, there was a Wolverine figure in there, and we've seen the recyclable plastic baggies that he comes in. It's a bit odd, a bit different, and toy collectors don't adjust to different, but that is what it is. Okay, so here is Wolverine. Now, I am, a lot of people said the cell shading is not so bad, and I have to agree on this figure. This one, it's not bad. Now, I look at a figure like Sinister. Oh my god, he looks like he's been he fell into an ink vat or something. And then you look at Storm, and I think the black lines just really detract from that figure. I haven't taken a good look at Morph yet, but I've seen pictures of Morph, but I haven't taken a really in-depth look at him yet. But Wolverine here, I think one of the things that helps this figure so much is that the shading is very light. It's a little bit of an orange, and it all goes in the same direction. Looks like the light's on the side of him there. And it's very subtle. There's not a whole lot of it, but it's obvious from a light source. And that helps lessen the blow, I think. Versus, again, Sinister, to me, was the worst example of this so far. And I'm never touching that figure because I just have to say, that figure, to me, personifies the wrong parts of this animated line. Wolverine exemplifies the great parts of this line, and this is a perfect example of great parts of this line. Now we have a neutral expression head and a sort of growling head, which both are pretty expressive, both are pretty good. The other thing that's different, and I really like, is the fact that the claws are more of the round claws from, the old John Byrne days, not the knife claws that we've seen later. In fact, so many people comment on this that it looks like it is out of the animated series, and I'm like, to me, it looks like it did in the original comic. I think it was Mark Silvestri who first did the sort of knife claws that are kind of the norm now, and I was always partial to the more thin claws. Now, being thin, there's some bending, and I've got a little bending in mine, but not so bad. It's not, it's something I can straighten out, given time, and it's not going to be so bad. But that is a little disappointing, but not terrible. And of course, we get the the meme picture, and we get hands, regular grippy hands. Now, the downside on these is I wish they had the little metal sticking out, like in a cartoon. Cartoon, when Wolvie's claws were retracted, and in the comic, those little metal pieces stuck out. So that's another mild disappointment. But this is a fantastic figure. It looks great. It looks like Wolverine. It is Wolverine. I think it's one of the better looking Wolverines I've seen in action figure form. It's been a very long time since I've had Yellow Suit Wolverine in a Marvel Legends scale. And like I said, the cell shading's not so bad. There's, a little bit of it on the shoulders, a little bit of it in the crotch. Oh my. And a little bit of it on one sleeve, one glove. But really, it's kind of subtle. And I take that back. It's on both gloves. Sorry. But it's really subtle, and it doesn't overtake the figure like I said with Sinister, or detract from the actual figure like I feel it does with Storm. So yeah, this one, I think of all of the animated ones, this one is the one to get. Yeah, even if you don't plan on collecting this line, I really think this is the one to get. A lot of it is for nostalgia for some people. For me, this is, I mean, this is Wolverine. It's not. I don't necessarily call it nostalgia. It's just more or less, this is what I think of with Wolverine. I sometimes think of the brown outfit, and sometimes I think of this outfit. But either way, those are two I think of. And to me, this is really great Wolverine. So all in all, I'm gonna, even with the few flaws it has, I'm gonna give this a 5-star. I think it's really awesome. I think it's well worth your time and investment, and the aggravation of dealing with Hasbro Pulse, who, hey, we'll have it shipped there. Hey, it shipped 3 weeks later, and I don't know. I had that problem with a FedEx shipment from them, so maybe it's not their fault. It was like it just decided to stay overnight. Every place it stopped. That was funny. And this one actually arrived pretty quickly. This one was to me within 2 days, so that's kind of nice when you get a pre-order and it comes a lot quicker than you expect. But I want to tag this one on here just because it's really that good of a figure. And if you are a Marvel Legends collector, I highly recommend this figure. This will fit in if you don't have a yellow Wolverine, Tiger Stripe Wolverine. Yeah, this one will do nicely. You can barely notice it's different than anything else in line. It's not overwhelmed like Sinister was, and I keep harping on Sinister, I know, but that's the one that just really almost turned me off to this figure, and I'm glad I took the time to take a second look and realize this figure looks good. Okay, so again, really quick, I'm just going to do some quick comparisons. Here's Wolverine with the X-Force Wolverine and the House of X Wolverine, just to give you an idea how they all look together. And then, of course, we have Cyclops from House of X and Magneto from that mystery wave. I just am not bothering to look it up. It's not a mystery wave. I'm not looking it up. I'm just a little busy and can't get to it. But yeah, that gives you an idea how Wolverine looks with the others. He didn't make the group shot, so and I'm too lazy to set up the group shot again. So yeah, this will be his final